This week is Pokemon Day 2026, and we are going to talk about our hopes and our dreams and our wants and our needs with drop-in, drop-outs JakeTwitchin. So let's get started. Welcome back to the Storymoders podcast. My name is Robert, his name is Mike, his name is JakeTwitchin. I don't know where the fuck I'm pointing. He's somewhere on screen here. What is going on, guys? Welcome in, friends.
What's up? How we doing?
Good to be here.
Oh, the fucking energy is off the charts already. What is up, guys? Mike, it's been a week. I love you. I've missed you every day of my life, really.
Aw. Well, we can remedy that, assuming my employer doesn't try to screw me over and get me to come in on my requested days off that have been approved for over a month now. So,
I mean, that would be kind of rude if you think about it.
Especially after I loudly declared to everyone that as soon as I leave work on Wednesday, I am muting any and all communication from people I work with.
That's what you got to do.
I'm going to be dead to the world.
You got to love your piece. You got to know your piece. You got to know how to use your piece and how to. No, it sounded sexual. Never mind. JakeTwitchin, aka just Jake. We're just gonna say Jake. That's a 3-syllable name that I don't want to use over and over again. How are you doing, buddy? Welcome. Thanks for joining us, especially kind of last minute.
Yeah, no, happy to do it. That's the best way to catch me, to be honest. Like, if you can make it happen in a way where it's like, hey, we need you for a thing 3 weeks from now. I'm like, 3 weeks.
Yeah,
that seems a long time. I don't know what's going on in 3 weeks. You need me tomorrow? I'm your guy.
Sure.
Well,
hey, Jake, we got a thing going on right now. Come here.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing right now? Yeah, drop that shit. Okay, let's do it. Let me pour this beer. So let me start with Mike really quick. Mike, what have you been playing this week?
Not much, to be perfectly honest with you.
Fair enough.
But I have been rewatching that 5.5 hour long Armored Core 6 lore video, so that might get thrown into the rotation this weekend.
Is that what is that Batya vids? Is that who does that one? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
I know they do a show.
And I noticed something.
Dark Souls ones too.
Oh yeah, he does a lot of FromSoft stuff, and I noticed something when I was watching it last night, and while very, very in my substances, it is 5.5 hours long, but it's 5.5 hours and 30 seconds long. The fact that it goes 5, 30, 30 just kind of blew my mind last night, and now I must share this information with everybody. Very.
Okay.
My God, you know what I do for a living?
I do.
Yeah, so...
He tests weed.
Yeah, got
nice.
it.
But he doesn't tell anybody about it. He just does it.
No.
Does it for the love of the game, really. For
the love of the game. But I did get a couple of... Well, made a couple purchases on Steam.
I saw.
So, yep, I got Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. And then I got some ridiculous-ass game from my girlfriend. Because one of her students kept asking her if she had ever played it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yep. So we got her, whatever the hell it is. I cannot even remember the name of the game, but after I got it installed, I got Steam and everything set up on her MacBook. She proceeded to just play it for 2 hours and not do anything else.
I want to know what game this is now. Because I don't think it popped up in the... So Mike and I are in a Steam family. Don't tell Gabe.
Right.
But we're in a Steam family, so we share games. And I saw Tsushima pop up, but I didn't see anything else besides that, except for the fucking 4 Yakuza games that I bought for $12.
Attaboy.
Yeah. So
first foray into Yakuza?
No, these are my last... Actually, now I'm on Yakuza 5, and I got 5 and 6 to play. And then I've played the main series, all of it.
Damn.
Yeah. I've played through 3 of them this year. And by this year, I mean 2026. So.
In the last 2 months?
Yeah. but I don't have a job right
Putting
now,
in
so
the
like
work.
that's kind of,
Yeah, hey, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, I'm doing the Lord's work. By the Lord's work, I mean my own. I am the Lord. Where is lore accurate Jesus?
Oh, lore accurate Jesus. He is right here. He took a tumble off the speaker.
There's lore
There he
accurate
is.
Jesus.
Yep. And
Nice.
then I found out the games I got for my girlfriend.
Okay.
Got her a bundle. I got her Kitty Powers Matchmaker and Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover. Some weird ass dating sim.
That sounds like a
And-
JakeTwitchin ass game to me. You know.
I'm looking right now.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You might need to
Looks
pull
like a
that one up.
time.
Well,
Yeah, you might need to pull it up while I was. This is so you can see what I was hearing while I was just getting this more set up, so my fucking perfectionist ass wasn't staring at my little corner on Discord, being like, "God damn it! It looks like I have nothing. What the fuck?"
What
you
what
know.
is it called again?
Kitty Powers, Matchmaker.
Actually, I have
Some
seen this
incredible
game.
key art.
Oh yeah.
I think
So I got her
I think one of these
I got
just
her
came
the-
out.
Yeah, the makeover just came out. Hey.
We got to go to the video one here really quick.
Because this is. I just need you to imagine this happening while I'm playing like Armored Core or Destiny or something. Lurk away, hero of time. Hell yeah.
The road to true love has grown even longer and harder. Ooh, I say. Which is why I've remastered my beloved dating simulator, Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover. Run your
Oh,
own
so it's a
dating
remaster of the
agency
same
and
thing.
become a matchmaking
Yes.
maestro.
Got it.
My little black
But,
book
I mean,
is bulging with new
What kind of loving and
simulators,
caring partner would I
brilliant
be if I didn't
to
spend the
find them
extra
out.
$2 to get her the original as well as the remake?
Right.
Obviously.
You know?
Obviously.
Choose
Mhm.
an appropriately gorgeous date venue. Guide them skillfully through the
Where else could
emotional roller coaster
rough
of
people way.
romance.
This looks like a mobile game.
The hot tub of happiness.
Well,
The landfill of loneliness.
Sure as hell ain't.
Some special dating tools to help up your
I mean, it looks like it. It feels like it. It sounds
I might
like it.
give you one. Kitty Powers Matchmaker Makeover. Out now. You lucky thing.
Okay, if this shows up in the Steam, I'm gonna be playing it. Guys, friends, JakeTwitchin. Jake. What have you been playing this week? I kind of know because I watch your streams, but just to tell other people.
I'm fresh off of Steam Next Fest. I grabbed like a half dozen random demos and I played through some of those today.
Yeah.
This weekend I finished Transformers War for Cybertron for the first time on PS3.
Ooh, damn.
I'm starting Baldur's Gate 3 for the first time. I'm like 8 hours into that, which I have
Okay.
famously not enjoyed in the past. And then I started Fable 3 yesterday is my next like big playthrough.
Yeah.
Which is hot off the heels of Fable 1 and 2. I've been gaming.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I've just
Kinda hoping you were
literally
gonna
been
say hot
playing
off-
Yakuza games over and over again.
I was really hoping, Jake, you were going to say hot off the heels of Fable 1 and something completely unrelated.
Believe me, there's more I left out. This question gets asked to me often, and I always bring up my YouTube and just look at like the things that I've posted recently, and it even impresses me. Like if I start just like rattling off the things that I've played, let's say in like the last 2 weeks, it's like Monster Jam Showdown, Densha Tech, Neva Prologue, Kingdom Hearts, Rayman, Mario Tennis, Tokyo Scramble, Blitz the League, Dragon Quest 7. It's just a ridiculous combination of random
Hell
games
yeah.
that get my attention.
That is
Love
kind of the way. That is one way to do it for sure. There's the way that you do it, where you just you're kind of shotgunning a bunch of different games at once, and then there's the way that I do it, where I get just hopelessly addicted to one thing at a time, and I can't touch anything else until I'm done with it.
I wish I was that way.
Yeah, it's a curse, and It's the thing that's not a curse.
Blessing?
A wish. I don't know.
Gift.
Oh,
Hope.
man. So, Jake, we have a question that we ask all of our first-time guests here. Okay.
Ooh.
It's a very simple question. 2 simple questions, actually. What is...
I was
Last
18.
four-
She was a nice girl.
Okay.
No, I was going to say
She-
last 4 of your social and your mother's maiden name.
Yeah, easy ones. Easy. Everybody knows these.
You know.
What was the first game that you ever played, and what is your favorite game of all time? Easy
Ooh,
questions.
excellent question. First game that I ever played that I really remember. Well, I'll give you a twofer on this. First game that I can remember playing is Super Mario Brothers for the NES. I have pictures of me holding that big rectangular controller, sitting there and just putting in hours on that. My parents got it for me when I was very young. Thank God. Made me who I am today. But when I started to get like my own agency, when I started to be like a human that could make decisions and desire things,
Like
I remember one of
years
the
ago.
first games that I was like, yeah, exactly. One of the first games that I was really like, I need to be at Toys R Us at this day, like at this time on this day, get me there, was for Pokemon Blue. I knew which one I wanted and everything. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Pokemon from a very young age. Favorite game of all time depends on what day you ask me, or which game I've played recently. I have
Day
a list
is
of my.
February 24th, 2026. It's a Tuesday.
They will go with Final Fantasy X, but yesterday I may have said Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's always one of the two.
Okay. Both good choices, if I may say
Yeah.
so myself, but with the
Yeah.
same fucking characters in each one. So kind of,
Yeah.
you know.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, technically, Kingdom Hearts 2 is more Final Fantasy X 2, but still,
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's overlap.
There's overlap. It'd be weird if there wasn't. Actually,
No,
no, that
Orin.
wouldn't. It's kind of more weird that there is overlap between 2 Final Fantasy games, even though one is a direct sequel to the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Final Fantasy X, I think, is like the most. I mean, maybe 7, but I think 10 has like the most main cast in Kingdom Hearts. Like, I think it's everybody except Lulu.
Yeah, because it came out like right.
No Kamari.
They kind of came out right around each other, so I think that was just kind of they're like, hey, let's pull in these brand new ones right here. That's what people are gonna notice and be like, oh my god, it's so cool. Instead of just, here's Cloud. That's all I had to fucking do. Here's Cloud
Yeah,
with his dumbass sword. You know,
and
not
they
saying
were
there's
right,
anything
it
wrong
was
with
so
it. It's
cool.
just a dumbass big sword.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hold on. I need to allow the term anus in our
Right.
chat. Thank you, Noah C92.
Bravo.
That sounds right.
No.
Just. Neo
Oh,
just
man.
That's-
throwing some
that's one
bad
of mine.
practice right there. But he can't just leave it hanging over the plate. Noah's going to take that yard every time, buddy.
Kayla Gray in the chat says, is that the Tifa one? No, I believe that's just the statue that Jake has on the other side of the camera. He doesn't let people see that one.
I got the 10-2 girls there too, though.
Yeah.
There it is.
They're still in their boxes though.
Yeah, the
Tifa's
Tifa
out.
one. Yeah, the Tifa one's out of the box. It has been desecrated beyond belief. I would imagine.
Previously loved.
Oh. Oh.
It got gross immediately, and I'm so happy about that.
It got gross, and then Cameron French starts getting in chat. Just, I mean, a beautiful entryway into this, Cameron. How you doing, buddy? Good seeing you.
Oh man, Cameron, French Dip Design, kind of friend to both of us. He did our rebrand. He did the drop in, drop out, not rebrand, but brand.
Yeah,
Brand, yeah.
Yeah, solo
Yeah.
first
Brand.
and yeah, just dude is amazing. Can we let's talk
Yeah.
about that for a minute? How awesome is Cameron French, aka the French Dip Design? On a scale of 1
What are
to
you guys
10.
getting paid for this?
I mean, I got my stickers already, so I'm already paid.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so
I don't have anything in my account. He's pretty good. No, I'm just kidding. He's fantastic.
spaced out pug.
Oof,
Oh.
that's nice.
Yeah, and then a French dip sub. I think that's a food thing. I don't know. I eat pizza and pizza related things.
What kind of pizza?
What did I have earlier today? Just Little Caesars. It's the cheapest
boy.
shit.
Oof.
You know what I mean?
One of the best.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Slices and sticks. Okay.
Oh.
Smart.
Yeah.
Did you do the regular slices and sticks, or did you try that Detroit style slices and sticks?
I tried the Detroit style one when it came out, and not as good.
Okay, good to
doesn't
know.
it doesn't fit. Doesn't work.
See, this is
I'm with you. I
consumer
like the
information
traditional.
that people. This is what
Yeah.
the people crave.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like
One time, and this I'm never gonna forget this because it was beautiful. I ordered the slices and sticks, and if you've had it before, it's half a pizza, and then the other half is the cheese bread. The pizza is cut like pizza, 4 slices, and then the cheese bread is cut in like 8 pieces. You know, like slice whatever.
yeah.
They cut the entire thing like a pizza, so it was just like pizza-sized things of cheese bread.
Amazing.
I was like, why can I ask for this every single time? This is beautiful.
Yeah.
It was so. It was just mag. I almost didn't eat it. I was like, I don't want to ruin this,
Preserve that.
you know. But I ate it,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's. I mean, it's long gone now.
Oh, you know.
All right, y'all have good weekends.
Yeah. Mostly
anything fun?
gaming and dodging. Where are you guys from? I don't even know the answer to that.
From the great state of Utah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
I mean,
all right. So you guys didn't
Obviously,
get hit with the.
you can tell with the Real Salt Lake jersey. I know you knew what that was. Obviously, yeah.
Yes, of course.
duh.
Big sports guy here, as
Yeah.
you can tell from my boyish figure. I am from the Northeast. I'm in Maine right now, so I got smacked with that little blizzard
Yeah.
that kind of came up. I got the fallout from that, so a lot of just staying inside, hanging out, playing video games. My
Okay.
specialty.
Perfect.
Nice.
Okay, Mike. What about you? Anything fun?
Yeah, actually. Let's see. At Friday, I got coerced into making pizza for my brother's birthday, which was super awesome.
We talk
Was
about
not
pizza a
expecting-
lot here.
It's because I make pizza a lot.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, it's fucking great. It's just a great thing.
Really is. It's super nice. So yeah, I did that Friday night. Saturday, I hung out. We ran some errands, but big thing was we went to a beer bar for the RSL season opener.
Okay.
That was fun. Watched 2 devastating things happen: RSL losing and Duke beating #1 Michigan in college basketball. That was fucking painful to see because, God, I hate Duke.
I think we
Pretty
all
much
do,
the whole
right?
ACC, but that's neither here nor there.
We all hate Duke Ferdinand, Franz Ferdinand.
Yes,
If that fucker
Archduke
just stayed
Franz
alive.
Ferdinand.
You know.
Yeah, no one gets it. That was just a lot of heartbreak. But got to hang out with the homies. That was awesome. Got me a sticker for my new phone that I was trying to set up last week. There is the sticker. So
Very good.
saw my boy Benji, and he just whipped that thing out. Didn't even say hi. Not even a head nod. Just pocket sticker.
I'm gonna have to
So
talk
that
to
was
him.
awesome.
Yeah,
You gotta.
I'm gonna have to talk to him about
Gotta.
not giving out those stickers to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man.
That is a Salt City United sticker. That is the supporters group that I am in. That is where all of our friends are. Are you coming on Saturday?
Saturday, maybe. I don't
You know
know.
Saturday is.
Yeah, I know the home opener.
And
I'm aware. Yep, homebrew competition.
homebrew competition. Every year, the
Yes.
first home match of Real Salt Lake season, there's a homebrew competition where people brew their own beer, and they sell glasses for it. So a couple years ago, it was this nice mug, and this is what I used to drink beer out of on camera.
Love it.
Very good.
Hell
You
yeah.
just consume or do you brew?
I consume. I can't brew. I'm too dumb. There's a lot of math involved, like 2 maths. 2 or 3
Yeah, I'm
maths.
not doing that.
So
That's one too many maths.
yeah, I just get there,
Oh.
give them $5, get my glass, and then just walk around drinking all the beer.
Attaboy.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Neo Aoshi, this is not sports. This is beer talk,
This is beer drinking.
beer drinking.
That's what this is. And then, yeah, Sunday, kept it mellow. Did some stuff around the house.
Nice. Yeah, I most of the weekend was just spent in either Kamurocho or Okinawa, in Yakuza, or wherever the fuck Yakuza 4 took place most of the time. I honestly, that game was a fucking blur. I tried to get through it as quick as possible. Was not having a good time, but I wanted to finish it. And then Sunday, we went to a concert here in Salt Lake at the Delta Center. Went to see Bad Omens with Beartooth and the band that we had playing earlier, President. So,
yeah.
I was very, very excited.
Oh, yeah.
I just needed to see President. That's it. The other two bands I don't give two shits about, but President is like my jam right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys,
Yeah.
we kind of have Jake's here. His history with Pokemon. It was the first game that he really wanted to buy. Mikey, what's your history with Pokemon? I know that you're kind of lapsed a bit, right?
Yeah, when I was a kid and Red and Blue came out, my brother got Red, I got Blue. They're
Nice.
both of them were floating around somewhere in one of these totes here in this room. But yeah, I mean, played the shit out of Blue. Hell yeah.
There we go.
There it is. Yeah, played the shit out of Blue. Me and my buddies, played it. We entered a tournament at our local mall. And then quickly, once it got time for us to register, they're just like, oh yeah, you've been battling everybody in line and beating everybody, so no.
You
You're
can't
like,
be here
"Aw."
because you're going to win.
It was just like, you just already beat everybody. Like, we're
Yeah.
not dealing with this.
Yeah.
So, yep. So that was fun. But I mean, yeah, I played the shit out of it. My brother got a Game Boy Color and Yellow, and he quickly fell out of that. I played it a little bit, but at this point in time, I was getting more into like PlayStation and trying to do some PC gaming, but my feeble brain could not wrap itself around that. So yeah, I just spent a lot more time playing my PlayStation. So that's kind of where that.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. You have a good Switch now. Are you going to pick up any of the Pokemon games for it?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. It was, I mean, I got big into Pokemon Go, but then just kind of fell out of that one too.
Yeah.
So
Once I got a Mewtwo in that, I was like, I guess I'm done. I won.
yeah, it kind of got to the point where it's just like, cool, I get to walk around with my depressed girlfriend who is just going to be a total bummer the whole time while we try to either have a walk or catch Pokemon, but successfully do neither. So, yeah, I think that's what got me out of Pokemon Go. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna pick anything up for for the Switch. Just, I mean, it's there, it's set up in the living room, but again, if I sit down on the couch in the living room, I'm gonna end up going down some weird ass YouTube rabbit hole or watching whatever weird shit Tubi recommends to me.
Is that a streaming service?
Yes, it is. It's some weird ass like free streaming service with
Oh.
weird commercials.
Okay. I don't know. Fucking. I have. I don't know what's on my TV right now. Twitch. That's a streaming service, right? Technically.
Yeah,
Kinda,
sure.
right?
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the only reason I'm watching stuff on Tubi is because they had like G1 Transformers. They had After War Gundam X, which I was sick of watching in like really poor quality on YouTube with a bad subtitles. So, and yeah, Gundam Age for some reason, which is just like, hi, you've seen previous Gundam stories where we've talked about how horrible war is and how bad it is for kids. Let's really marry these two fucking things and horrify you into a coma. So that's on the watch list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are actually, as of Friday, they're putting Fire Green and Leaf Red. No, Leaf Green,
Yeah, there it
Fire
is.
Red onto
Free safe
Switch.
jointly.
Yeah. So $20, you can buy one of them and play the remakes of the first game on Switch.
Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. Jake, you obviously have more of a history with the Mon. That's what us people in the know call it.
The mom, yeah, of course.
What's kind of just like a quick rundown? Like, you started with Blue. Have you played through? Have you been a fan the entire time? What's your favorite generation? What's your favorite Pokemon game?
I got less diligent, and the extent to which I played them all varies, but I think I played through, definitely completed everything for the first like 5 generations through Black and White, and I've owned everything since then, including like the like last variations. Like I had, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, the whole 9 yards there. But I stopped, I think, rolling credits. I think I stopped getting to the end for a little while there. But then I did complete. I got back on pretty hard for Sword and Shield. I completed that. Um, Scarlet and Violet, I completed that. Legends Arceus and Legends ZA, both completed. Um, Generally, like pretty hot on the franchise despite its problems, but yeah, I haven't like I'm not like a fallen fan at this point. I'm still pretty far in.
Yeah, yeah. What would you say your favorite game is in the series?
Soul Silver, or
Soul
Heart
Silver?
Gold, Soul
Okay.
Silver, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, the definitive version of the best Pokemon games.
Yeah.
I think Gold and Silver are the best, and then the quality of life stuff that they add for Heart Gold, Soul Silver makes it really tough to beat and tough to go back to. Much like Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think Nintendo is right in bringing those to platforms right now to celebrate, as opposed to like Red and Blue and Yellow, which are very slow, very old. These have some quality of life features.
Yeah.
Heart Gold, Soul Silver, same deal.
Yeah. I played Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I was the Soul Silver guy. I think I want to say X and Y were the last ones that I played for a while. But I think it was just that, and then Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. Didn't play those. And then what was after that? Then it was Sword and Shield, right? I believe so.
I believe so.
Yeah, and then I came back into with Sword and Shield. I didn't have the 3DS for too long. I finished X and Y, and then I was like, oh, okay, I don't need this. I don't play anything else on it. And then when Ultra Moon, or Sun, Moon, Ultra Moon, and everything came out, didn't have the 3DS, so I just was like, I guess I'm skipping this one. I've since now gone back, and I have a 3DS, and I have, I think, Ultra Sun, one of the two, but I've only put like maybe an hour into it. But all the other games, for them, I'm pretty sure all the other mainline games I've gotten to credits on. So
yeah, I think that's right around. It sounds like we kind of got a little iffy on them at the same point. You didn't play those, and I didn't play much of those. I think I fell off on like Black 2 and White 2, where I was like, well, I don't want to play like the mid-generational ones. But then I came back for X and Y. I do think I beat X when that was the big one as well. And then, very little time spent on Sun, Moon, Ultra Moon.
I don't even remember playing like Black or White 2. Because I think I just assumed that it was, like the Pokemon Yellow to Pokemon Blue and Green.
Yeah, it was enhanced versions of games I didn't even really like that much.
Yeah. And there were too many DS Pokemon games. It's a weird thing to say, because it was like handheld, but it just seemed like by the time I think Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, or Moon and Sun came out, I was just like, okay, I've played the 3DS, DS Pokemon games before. I'm kind of
they were
done.
Turned out, and I also remember if we talk about like the remakes, Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby are really good, and I think that took like my time on the 3DS. That's definitely the ones. Alpha Sapphire is definitely my most played 3DS Pokemon game, which is also very good.
It's a very great game. Okay, guys, should we start talking about Pokemon Day, or should we just go through the entire 30-year history of Pokemon, starting with the creation of the very first Pokemon, Lugia? Anybody?
Lugia's the first one, huh?
I don't know. I think so. I think I read that somewhere, or it was, I don't know. Dude, I
love that. I love Lugia.
Lugia is one of my favorite. What's your favorite legendary of all time? And your favorite Pokemon. Let's go with that for the two of you. Who are your favorite Pokemons?
God, I'm so basic. I don't even want to say mine. I'm embarrassed. You go.
Oh, my number one favorite, Lucario.
Ooh. Cool pick. I just like blue Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon Squirtle. My favorite legendary is Articuno or Lugia.
Yeah. Mike?
Ooh. I think, man, I mean, I always like Zapdos just because he looked so wild.
Mm-hmm.
Just like big, angular, angry bird. I'm kind of here for it.
Okay.
And favorite Pokemon, Big Man Blastoise. Come on.
Hell yeah.
Not
Yeah.
a bad choice. I mean,
Nope.
all of our favorite Pokemon are blue.
They are.
Yeah.
You know, I got Lucario with the horns on the top of the hand. I don't know what that's about. Because I backhand somebody. I don't know. If you're in the chat, let us know your favorite Pokemon, your favorite legendaries, and your favorite games. Really, just let's talk about Pokemon and how fucking cool it is, and how fun it is, and how we're all adults and we've been playing it for 30 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Can you believe that shit? Can you believe it's been 30 years of Pokemon already? Like it hasn't been 3 decades.
That sucks.
God, we're old.
So
Hell
old.
getting old.
But hey, at least we all have our hair.
I mean, I have some.
Yeah, but it's down here. You know? It's just...
You know.
It's got to migrate up. You know, you got to go up a little bit.
Exactly. Extending my eyebrows.
There it is.
Oh, man. Because I want to talk about Pokemon Day, but I love talking about Pokemon, and we don't always have a lot of people who... Mike, as we know, is not a big Pokemon dude, so I haven't been able to sit him down for 3 episodes to talk about the history of Pokemon yet.
Put it on me, man.
Just wait. You're gonna spring that surprise on me eventually.
Yeah, I am. Like I did with Kingdom Hearts.
God,
Motherfucker.
Ooh.
That was fun. Let's talk about the most recent one here, Legend ZA. What do you think about the Legend series, Jake? Like overall.
Complicated. I was super into Pokemon Legends Arceus. When that game came out, it was higher up on my game because that game came out the same year, I think 2022, as Scarlet and Violet. Legends came out in January, and then Scarlet and Violet came out in like November or December. And I remember that specifically because I had to weigh out where on my game of the year list those games fell. And I put Legends Arceus was like my 3rd favorite game of the year that year. I really, really liked that game a lot. And I thought that it was like, I cited it as like the most important Pokemon game to come out since like the original Pokemon game. It was like it did something new, and we've seen a lot of like the Arceus DNA in all of the Pokemon games that have come after it.
Yeah.
I like that game significantly more than Legends ZA. I like Legends ZA, but I think it's like one of those games where I'm like, damn, it seems like they learned the wrong things about what people liked about Legends Arceus. Like it's still good. I dig what they're getting into, but some of the adjustments they made, putting that entire game into a city that all mostly looks the same, it's all very questionable stuff when you look at the predecessor that takes place in a massive open world, where I think people complained that there was like, it was a little too barren out there, and they're like, you want to see not barren? Way too dense. Now it's like, I don't know, find the middle.
Move my camera a little bit. Yeah, I really liked ZA, but I loved Arceus. Like Legends Arceus, I think, like you said, like the most important Pokemon game, and I think you can probably say decades at that point, or at least a decade at that point. Even more important than Sword and Shield, I would say, with that being the first real 3D one. But that being said, I also loved ZA. I was not a big hater of the one city map. There were definitely, it felt samey, in some of the places, until you got to some of those like wild areas or the wild zones. Those all kind of felt unique. So I thought that was kind of a good way to break it up. If it all was just the city, I would have been bored as shit. But the wild zones, I think, at least for me, were enough to really kind of be like, okay, I'm doing different things, and we're seeing different areas and stuff, even if we're just in the one same city. Storyline was fine. How we are in the year of our Lord, Allen Iverson, 2026, and we don't have fucking voice acting.
Oh my god, dude.
That seems weird. Oh, Gabi just flashed his phone with our stream on it to his stream. Amazing.
Let me hold on. I'm gonna take a picture of me watching his stream while we're doing our stream.
There it is.
Yeah. Cirrus Shard. These games must have the most insane cost to profit ratio. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
When you don't have to pay for voice actors, when you probably it's doing the same thing over and over again. Unfortunately, at this point, you get the system how it works, and then you just make a new game in it.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating.
Yeah, but like it like that, but it's not like I'm gonna go back to it. The Yakuza games. You know, we've had 3 or 4 Yakuza games now that are all built with like the same map. Because they built out Kamurocho and then they built out Hawaii, and they're like, we're going to make some side games on these same maps that we already have. So all of that stuff is done. Now it's writing the story, doing obviously a lot of work too, but you don't have to make the environments because that part is already finished. And it almost seems like that's what Game Freak and Nintendo have been doing for a lot of generations. They get it. Sword and Shield came out, had some. I loved Sword and Shield. Honestly, I think I like that more than Scarlet and Violet. I love the whole aesthetic. It's a fucking. You're going into soccer stadiums. It's fucking cool as shit to me. You're in England. I loved it.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
But Scarlet and Violet was just like, okay, we learned how to make this thing kind of work on the Switch, so now we're gonna try to just add a bunch of other stuff and not really worry about how it all works together. And they're like, oh, we got 3 storylines. It was like, you just have 3 completely unrelated things that at one point in the game you're going to tell me sync together. But they really don't. Yeah. So, this week, Pokemon Day 2026, big Nintendo stream on Friday, February 20-something. What's Friday? 28th? 27th?
7th, I think.
27th.
Yeah. Friday, February 27th at 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's the preferred time. Actually, no, I'd prefer your time at fucking 9 a.m. That's much better than 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Mountain Time, the preferred time of only people in Mountain Time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're the last people who get to laugh at the people in California who have to wake up super early for everything.
That's true.
Seems like a hollow victory most mornings.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Let's start with Mike as the lapsed fan, really, by decades now at this point.
Yes.
What would it take for them to show for you to be like, okay, I'm picking that one up, or I'm picking up whatever it is, whether or not it's maybe a Gen 10 or like anything else. Like, what would it take to get you back in the saddle?
I mean, I don't think there's really much that they can do to get me back at this point. I mean, I already have all of these like wonderful memories of, playing Blue and Yellow as a kid. And those were great and awesome. And then, playing Pokemon Go before, my relationship fell apart. Like, getting out there, playing games like, connecting with my buddy in Norway, like those were awesome. But then it's just like, I don't know, I don't think there's much they can do to really like hook me and get me to buy another like mainline entry game. Just because I think my tastes have shifted kind of away from that. But
would you say that your tastes have evolved?
I'm gonna go. Bye, everybody. Yes and no. I mean, I do. Man, that just going out there and catching everything and then just grinding levels to have like some insanely stupid, strong, dumb Pokemon is always fun. But man, I'm a 40-year-old man who's got to wake up at 5:30 every morning for work. I don't have time to grind for a dumb meme build. So, but I do love like seeing what everybody does. I do love seeing clips from the newer games, and then just being like some weird dumb thing happening,
Yeah.
and everybody's just like, "This is weird and dumb." Moving on.
Yeah. It's weird and dumb. It's Pokemon.
Yep. It's like, and moving on now. I do love seeing that stuff, but yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna get back into playing Pokemon. Just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
I'm super like I'm jazzed that they are releasing what they're doing. FlameFox does point out that Pokemon Day is Resident Evil 9 drop day. So that's
it's been Pokemon Day for 30 years. That's Resident Evil's fault.
Yeah.
There's a very interesting pair of things to be happening on the same day.
Yeah, it's a busy day.
Just the craziest damn thing you could possibly have.
Just that's two things. I mean, at least nothing like newsworthy happened last week, so we've all just been able to prepare for this.
We've just been moving on.
Nothing big. Nothing.
Nope. Nothing whatsoever.
No news. Nothing really newsworthy happened over the last 6 days or so.
It's been crazy, living in a quiet backwater country that nobody really talks about or doesn't do anything crazy.
Just loving this hobby of video games where nothing crazy ever happens. Nothing big. Yep. Nothing. Everything just
nothing
hunky dory.
Yep. Nothing. Nope. Everything's fine over here. Everything's a-okay. Hi.
I'm here. I was disassociating there for a minute. So they've already, and Jake, I'll ask you this as well. They didn't mean to post that thing about Fire Red and Leaf Green going live early, did they?
Dude, what a fuck up. I feel like it was one of those things. I was talking about this on Drop In, Drop Out, and I was like, it feels like one of those things where they were like, all right, post it in 3 weeks. And they're like, all right, 3 weeks, including this week.
Yeah.
Like, no, not including this week. Like, they
somebody
just went exactly 7 days early.
Yeah.
And they had to run with it. It's so insane.
Yeah. Somebody just not getting, not asking that clarifying question of
yes.
Hey, wait, what do you mean by, can we clarify this? And then some poor intern is just like, I guess, all right, and then just get into Sprout Social or whatever they're using to control their schedule all their social media posts.
Just some intern who doesn't know Pokemon and doesn't realize that it's Pokemon Day, like the 30th anniversary of Pokemon, and they're like, maybe let's put 2 and 2 together and think this needs to go up when this happens. No, just fuck it, time that
it's
shit.
Like Gandalf, look for me at dawn on the 5th day, and it's like, wait, is this day 1 or is tomorrow day 1?
Yeah,
what I need to know. This is huge.
Gandalf, oh damn it, he left. Shit.
He got on that big ass bird and flew away.
Yeah.
Man.
Good.
I was gonna say, I think blaming an intern for not knowing. I think the intern probably knew, but it was one of those just wait. Is this going to be this is something that's a manager or somebody just hit him, it was like a drive-by, just be like, hey, schedule this in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Is this week, and then you're not going to go running down the hall chasing this dude going to a board meeting. So you just do your best, and communication in really any aspect of life is key, but especially when it's shit like this.
So do we think that these are going to be the only re-releases that we get on Friday? Do you think there's any hope for, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, or, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, anything like that?
Then I was thinking about that. I was theorizing that, and I wrote down a bunch of predictions as far as things that we'll see, and I do have both of those written down because the next logical evolution that they would take is one of two paths, right? So it's either stick with Game Boy Advance because that's what they can emulate well and do separately, which would be Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, right? Same thing, $20 coming out at the end of the year or something like that if we're going to announce that, or to go to the next generation, so it will be Gen 2. And if they're keeping in the same, field here of like, we're not going to just go and put gold and silver, we do heart gold and soul silver. But at that point, you get into like emulating DS, which is not something that they've done natively before. They don't have like a Nintendo Switch Online service that includes DS at this point. That would be like a more specialized product that would have a bigger dev time. More changes would need to be made to the original like structure of those video games. So increased price tag, I would expect those to come in between $40 and $70. I don't think we see either of them. My guess is that one of those two things is in the pipeline, but I don't think we hear about them today.
Yeah.
Or Friday.
Yeah, so I mean, really the only remakes that they could do, the only games that they can really do easily would be Gold, Silver, Crystal? No, Gold, Silver, Crystal. Is it Crystal? No.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, Gold, Silver, Crystal.
Yeah, and then Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Because they're the only ones from like the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance era, so I'm hoping, and maybe the two of you have an idea of how, like, what kind of a way for them to do it. How do they bring these DS games onto the Switch? What does that look like? Like, what does that look like to where it's actually functional to play? Because you can allegedly play these games on things like a Steam Deck or a computer, allegedly, in some ways. I don't know how. But those are just like, it's like split screen, and you have a lot of open space where nothing's there. And I don't think Nintendo's going to be like, oh, everything's just in the middle of the screen, and over here we just have nothing for these fucking DS games.
Yeah.
What kind of things can they do you guys think that they can do to like bring these games to a single screen?
There are 4 options. Which sounds crazy, but you can look to the Nintendo Wii U for the answer of how to make one of their home consoles or one of these convertible consoles basically work with DS or 3DS games, because the Wii U had a DS virtual console. And I guess example 1 is not from that. Example 1 is something where they go far back, they rewind the clocks, they get into those settings, and they make this a single screen dedicated experience where there is a new UI where the second screen is not a big thing as far as like touchscreen capabilities, but for menuing functionality, it's big. So most people didn't even use a stylus. They'd use their finger once in a while and then use the controllers for input.
I mean, that's literally why it was designed the way it was, with the giant buttons for you to just press. People, some of the devs are like, no, people need to use styluses. And I don't even know. I don't think it was Miyamoto, but somebody higher up is like, they're fucking kids. They're not going to want to use the stylus. Make it so you can just do this on the screen and sell gangbusters.
For sure.
It fucking did.
The other 3 ways, which are more logical, would be the way that they did on the Wii U with the virtual console, and you could choose 3 different options. So the first one is the most, like, I think, creative one, and it's you can only play this version if you are holding the gamepad and your console is hooked up to the TV. So this would have to be... Oh, actually, no. This functionality doesn't work.
You couldn't do it on
it doesn't work. Yeah,
you couldn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like, not unless we're about to
because you would have bottom screen on the Wii U gamepad and top screen on your TV, which was actually really rad for like an individual play style. But then what they did on the other one was they would just the other 2 are either side by side. Left half of your screen is the bottom screen, right half of your screen is the top screen, or they had an on top of each other where you would take your Wii U gamepad and turn that fucker sideways, so it was like, Wii U the long way.
Yeah.
It would have the top screen, bottom screen, and that was a touch screen, so you could use a stylus or use your finger.
But that was just on the Wii U controller, though, right? Not on the TV.
Just on the Wii U gamepad.
Okay.
Yeah, not on the TV. Neither of those are on the TV.
Because
they were duplicated on the TV.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have a Wii U. I didn't, buy into the Wii U for the 3 months that it was on sale. I kind of missed that.
I got one. I'm an idiot.
I missed that whole 3 years. But like you have to assume that it's just like, we have to get this on one screen if we're doing this. I would imagine probably the most difficult yet easiest thing to do would to just be to redo the UI You know, because like you said, the bottom screen, for the most part, when you're in battle, you can just move that shit up and, you know, move the battle screen up a bit, and now you're just using the controller to go, you know, back and forth or whatever, if you're playing on the TV. You know, I'm kind of thinking everything in docked mode as opposed to handheld mode.
I think that's smart, yeah.
Because I'm trying to think really what the bottom half did. Outside of battle, you had, like, I remember there was like a clock that you could do on there. There was like a counter, like a step counter, stuff like that. Some videos.
Yeah, it was like a little modular stuff where you had like you would like tick through different things. Like there was like a plus or a minus, and you would go to like different like apps on your like stupid Watch or whatever.
Yeah.
And you were right. It was like a step counter. There was a clock. There was like a yes.
And I mean, how much of that do you like is really, I guess, necessary? You know,
none of it.
And how much is necessary to the point where you need a second screen for it, as opposed to just, hey, in the corner on the TV or whatever, you have your Poketch just kind of up there as part of the UI of the game. You know, actually, that's look, we fixed it. Call Dave Nintendo on the phone really quick. Let's tell him how to fix this.
Perfect.
Yeah, so that's who runs Nintendo, I think, Dave.
Yes.
Okay, so that's.
Do you think? Well, we're on the DS ones, and we're talking kind of like Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Do you think that there's a chance that that's not in the plans? Because will we ever see another Let's Go? Because they did Let's Go Kanto, which was Pikachu and Eevee. Would we ever see like a Let's Go Johto region and not see Heart Gold, Soul Silver because it would cannibalize those sales?
I would say no. I don't think we see another Let's Go game.
I think we've already gotten it.
I think we got it, and because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Let's Go was like the first Switch RPG, like Pokemon RPG, right? That came out before Sword and Shield.
Oh, that might be right. I think it might be another same year situation, but it's definitely like within a year.
But it was like shortly after Pokemon Go, because you had the same, you know, throwing, like catching mechanic of that.
Definitely.
And I always just kind of put Let's Go and Pokemon Go together, as opposed to Let's Go and, you know, like Red and Green or Red and Blue. You know, I saw that as the companion to Pokemon Go, which is like, okay, we have this game, we kind of made this new mechanic to catch Pokemon in the real world. Why don't we see what we can do on the Switch with these mechanics, see how it works, and then use that almost as the basis to make, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
Yeah, they are 364 days away from each other by release. So it was like November 15th and November 16th.
And which one came out first?
17 and 18. Let's Go. You were right. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
By a full year, yeah.
Yeah, so if we were going to get another Let's Go game, we would have gotten that before Legends game, says Coal Mines in the chat. Do not disagree at all. Do not disagree. I think Let's Go may have been kind of that thing where they're like, let's see a new thing that we can do on this new hardware. And they used those kind of Pokemon Go mechanics, and then they did Sword and Shield. And then the Legends game was, all right, let's see what weird shit we can do. That's not just the main series and the main gameplay loop of Pokemon. And I don't think that if we get anything else that's not Gen 10 on the Switch, that is like an RPG, I think it's way too soon for another Legends game, but I don't think that we're going to get like a Let's Go. If we get a remake, which is a big if, what are we on next? We're
at Black and White.
We're in Black and White, yeah.
Gen 5, yeah, because we had Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl were the last releases, and those were 2021. I mean, we're due.
Pokemon
I don't know.
Bright White and Pokemon Jack Black.
I really like that. I think that's
Pokemon Jack Black and Pokemon Jack White.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's so good. Holy shit.
And just the
Does that
trailer
exist? I'm going to Google it.
It should. It fucking should.
Seriously.
The trailer is just Seven Nation Army. Mm-hmm. But Jack Black singing it. if AI was not destroying the world, and I could put in a prompt for Jack Black singing Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes, I would do it.
I'm seeing some meme edits of Jack Black, Walter White, but I'm not seeing any Jack Black, Jack White, and I think that's something.
That's really... The internet's just missing out on the greatest possible combination.
Yeah, you cooked here.
Yeah, Coalmine says, I don't want a Gen 5 remake unless it's HD 2D. And I don't know how the HD 2D, like the actual marketing of that and like ownership of that term works. Is that... What are the Dragon Quest games are the HD 2D remakes? That's like Square Enix. Yeah. So
but
is that a Square Enix...
Right.
Like, yeah, that kind of... Well, that like actual... the full kind of package of the HD 2D, is that a Square Enix creation, or is that just a term that they made up for these kind of remakes in this kind of engine? Because we got Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, which could have very easily been an HD 2D thing, but it wasn't. It was still that kind of... It was that 3D-ish 2D
Chibi.
world. Chibi? Yeah.
And people fucking hated it.
Yeah. So, like, an HD 2D remake, I would fucking go bonkers for any of the games, really. I just, like I said, I don't know the ownership of that term and that specific art style.
Yeah, they could do it. I don't think they would call it HD 2D.
Yeah.
It would just be called, Pokemon whatever, Jack Black, Jack White.
Yeah.
But then if it looked like that, I think that would be fine, like a visual inspiration, because I think we'll see a lot more of that popping up here in the near future. But just so far, it's mostly utilized by Square Enix. They have, like, Adventures of Elliot is new IP that uses it, and Octopath Traveler uses it. But besides that, it's like Live Alive and the Dragon Quest 1 and 2, and then
Those,
3.
like, remakes and stuff, yeah.
It's all, I think it's all Square Enix, like Star Ocean, yeah.
Yeah. I think the one thing about the HD, like that art style, is when it comes to black and white, in a certain way, I think the black and white graphic style it would be almost a step back to do HD 2D. I think it would look better. Don't get me wrong. But with black and white, it had a lot of like the 3D models of everything, and a lot of sharp edges, let's be honest. So redoing that in an HD 2D style is literally remaking... Well, I mean, they had to remake Brilliant Diamond, Shiny, that whole thing. But, like, that would almost be a step back for the graphics if they did that in an HD 2D style. And then, especially going forward more and more, X and Y, and if they did, black, white, 2 white, which I don't think they would, and, like, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon and stuff, like, that would almost have to be a step back for the graphics to go back to that more 2D style with the 2D kind of backgrounds and everything.
Because it goes from like rendered Pokemon that have like 3D assets to like a sprite based thing. Yeah. Which I think, I mean, it would be divisive. I think a lot of people would like that and prefer that, because I would say the design of Pokemon has become like fairly... this is a bigger conversation about like potentially Gen 10, which I do think we see this week, of like, what do we want this to look like? Because if you look at the evolution of like basically that era that we're talking about all the way through the Sun and Moon, then to Sword Shield and Scarlet Violet, like these are sterile looking video games. Like they are the least interesting visual 3D aesthetic that you could possibly imagine.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's talk about... Well, I mean, let's talk about like Gen 10 and what we think and hope that we see on Friday. Mike's already said there's really nothing that he can think of that would pull him back. With at least with the main line. But Mike, is there... Let's say your perfect Pokemon game. Doesn't have to be like one of the mainline RPGs, just kind of any style of game. What would you like to see?
I kind of like the idea of just like, not like Viva Pinata, but with Pokemon, but like,
Ooh.
That is an idea now that I think about it. Jesus, that would actually be really fun. Um, no, but like, I don't know, just like a band of Pokemon going out and getting into like wacky adventures. Not
Yeah.
like, these weird little creatures that we force to fight each other, but just like, oh hey, like bad Squirtle Boy clubs getting together and causing havoc down at the town square, you know? Like basically Untitled Goose Game, but like bad Squirrel Boy club. You just go around and cause havoc, you know? Just
Mhm.
like expand upon some of the little things that that we read in the Pokedex. Like, let me go out and just like be a Bulbasaur in a herd of Bulbasaur, you know? Like let's take Psyduck to therapy. Let's see what a session, you know, like it would be nice to kind of like center it on some of these Pokemon and some of these just like a collection of just weird ass games, like weird ass just like mini games. Like here's Mr. Mime, here's Psyduck, here's another kind of creepy, weird but fun Pokemon that does stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like
This is just up top here. This is just Pokemon Day 2025. I just have it playing to have some visual.
Hell yeah. It is.
Like a WarioWare, but with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh, that would make
like
me
that-
insane. I would love it.
Oh yeah, like that would get me. That would just be like, all right, I'm willing to take a flyer on this.
Mhm.
Assuming like it ever dropped from its like initial like $60 price tag, because we all know it would come out at
Why
that
would
and
it?
just never, ever
It
get any
deserves it.
cheaper.
Yeah.
mean,
What
true,
about
but
a Detective Pikachu 2 movie?
I mean, yeah, but I also like the idea of like Detective Pikachu. Like, let's have this weird little guy solving like low rent mysteries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he's a detective. He's not good at it, but he's cute and he's trying.
It's like what's that? I think it's Adam Brody in Kid Detective. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. It's like it's like 10 years older now. And it might not be. I think it's Adam Brody. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, sorry. But he's like, when he was a young kid, he helped solve a crime because he wanted to be a detective when he grew up, and got like kind of locally famous, being like, oh, it's the Kid Detective. He's so cute. And then it's like 20 years later, and he's still kind of just coasting on that, and he's still solving those cases of, hey,
Yeah.
somebody stole my bike. Can you help me get it back? And all this stuff. And then he stumbles upon, I think, like a murder and a drug deal. And then is like trying to solve that, but he's realizing that he's just a kid still. Like he's fucking dumb.
Yeah, like he's never developed.
He's never actually
that
done anything.
part.
He's never gotten past that kid detective tag. So what I'm saying is that I want Pikachu to solve a murder.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I want Pikachu to just be like, man, like, I'll never find this goddamn Meowth, and then just like gunshots, and he just stumbles upon like a drug deal gone bad. Just like a
Meowth
dark,
murdered somebody.
Meowth,
dark,
but it's the Meowth
gritty
from the anime who can talk.
Yeah, it talks. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh my god.
Detective
Threatens people. Threatens
Detective
witnesses.
Pikachu, but like a classic noir film, like Detective Pikachu hitting
but
all
it's
the
7.
Detective Pikachu,
Yeah.
but it's like the Maltese Falcon. He's just like indifferent, womanizing, smoking, and drinking constantly, shit talking the cops to their face. Like, there we go.
Okay. Jake, what let's ask this first. What do you want to see on Friday?
I guess, yeah, I mean, Gen 10 is at the top of the list. What is next, and what can you surprise me with? And we'll get into probably some more like predictions and stuff as to what that could be and what I hope it would be. But like, generally, I've been having this new thing. Like, I am really, really bad about being like a hype beast for these events where I'm just like, I get in my head and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, I hope that they have this and Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy and Shadow of the Colossus 2 and like all of my favorite games are gonna get sequels. And then I get there and it's like a couple things that I'm kind of interested in. I'm like, that event sucked. So I'm trying this new thing where I don't get too excited, and all I hope for is to be surprised in some way. Like, show me something I didn't expect to see here that I am now interested in. I just want to leave with like an extra thing on my list that is a bonus. Like, I would have been really hyped. It sucks that they blew their load, and I'm going to try to give them credit for this. Leaf Green and Fire Red being available on modern Switch consoles, I think, is a huge win. Like, even at the $20 price tag, like that is a $100+ cartridge, and you can emulate and stuff. But like, for me, emulation on like those old school games is like playing with like Monopoly money instead of real money.
Yeah.
Where like those aren't real Pokemon that can't come into the new games.
Like emulating these feels weird. Like, just it doesn't. There's nothing like holding a big like chunky Game Boy, like a first generation Game Boy that is slowly yellowing with that green ass screen. Like, I don't care what kind of like RetroPie you build, like it's gotta hell yeah. I'm not popping open this like, you know what, never mind, the dog's not sleeping on it. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
Sirius Shard in the chat says, a Pokemon game that teaches typing and what file systems are for the iPad riddled youth. That's your mouth to God's ears, my friend. And honestly, that wouldn't surprise me as much as if this Fire Red Leaf Green thing didn't get leaked. I would have been more surprised at that being announced than Pokemon Type or whatever the fuck they call it. Look at there we go.
Hell yeah.
Because they what we got Pokemon Sleep, Pokemon Smile, Pokemon I'm pretty sure there's one that tracks your period. I think they wanted to get into like the female market at some point. There we go. Just there's fucking everything.
Very funny. I think I wrote these down. Like, we're gonna see everything that you just said. Masters EX, the trading card game app, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Cafe Mix. We will likely see. Oh, I think Pokemon Go is on an anniversary. It might have been 10 years ago. Also, Legends. They always do like the new raid event in Pokemon Legends ZA or Scarlet and Violet or whatever current Pokemon games are being supported. And then the other bullshit is Legos. They got Legos now for the first time for Pokemon Presents.
They're shit Lego though. They're fucking awful.
Yeah, but they love a name brand.
They really do.
Sirius Shard says something interesting. I don't think Fire Red Leaf Green leaked. It coincided with the Nintendo Music drop.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I think that they will have like another shoe to drop on that release. Like, we know that they're coming out that day, but there's been a lot of like hubbub about like what the Pokemon Home functionality is with it and like whatnot. And I think like mum has been the word for a reason. And I think that they will not recontextualize that launch, but the games will launch as expected, but they will have like, and look forward to at the end of the year, functionality with Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red for the DS system, where you can transfer into Pokemon Gen 10 and then go to Pokemon Home, or like there'll be a way to get your Pokemon from these digital releases to your current games and into Pokemon Home. I think will be the way that they kind of
that was like on the page when it first went up, which is another reason why Sirius could be correct, that it did, it coincided, but I think that's more of a coincidence, honestly, because it wasn't posted by Nintendo until after it was already, like, the screenshots of it being available for pre-order were out there. Like Wario64 posted it, fucking Knuble posted it, like shit like that. Like that's how the word came out, and then Nintendo was like, "Oh yeah, it's coming out Friday, pre-order now." But in those first screenshots of the page, it said home functionality coming later, and I think that was removed from the pre-order page.
Yes, there was some weird shit about that.
Yeah, so like I think there's definitely going to be some home functionality. I do think it's just going to be out You're not going to be able to bring anything in, even if it is like the original 151, just with, like abilities and all that stuff, and new, some Pokemon have new types, going forward, shit like that. Well, Leaf Green Leaf Green, Fire Red, did they add like Steel and Dark type?
Yeah, I think so. I think they have that stuff from Gen 3 because those Pokemon like all show up at the end. Like you go to those like Sevi Islands or whatever, and like the Pokedex changes to a national dex for the first time, if I recall correctly. It's like that whole mess. Which the
Sevi Islands was also on the release information, so that is still part of it.
Yeah,
at least. So
that is all like the post game content. There is a lot to do in that game after you beat the Elite Four compared to its predecessors, which is cool. I was just thinking about those Legos again, and here's what I would do if I was the Pokemon company. If I was the Lego company, between $5 and $20 a pop, you put out a set throughout the years of every Pokemon, every of like the one, or at least like 1 through 150 of like an individual. Like you can buy a Squirtle, you can buy a Charmander, you can buy a Charmeleon, you can buy a Primeape, and have them be like individual, all in a set. Build them, collect them. That's how you make the money, not a $400 evolution set.
Yeah,
you're right. Those suck. They can do better.
It's not just the price; it's they look like shit.
Yeah, they look stupid,
and they have like Lego pieces. You know what I mean? Like just to make them look more like Pokemon. Like if I'm getting a Lego set of something, I want it to look like a Lego set of something. I don't want it to look like the thing that I happen to build out of Lego.
Yeah. It's that uncanny valley. They're like right in between it looking like a Lego set and it looking like a statue, and it's this weird middle ground where it doesn't look like either, so it just looks fucking weird.
And Lego does have those the statues. Like the what is it, Lego? I don't think it's called Creations, but it's like Inventions or something. But it's, hey, here's a big ass Lego set that is the Eiffel Tower, and it looks, like the Eiffel Tower, but that's because it's this big ass fucking set. So you can put more detail. The bigger it is, the more detail you can put in it. Sorry if you can hear Oliver outside. He's not happy about something. I don't know. Yeah. But like a smaller set, that'd be fucking great. But they would have to. I feel like that would be even more money to make those one-off pieces for, Bulbasaur's eyes for this kind of smaller $15 set than it would be to just, hey, here's a couple of pieces that, here's a 25 piece. I don't know how much fucking Lego sets are. I haven't bought one since ever. But here's like a 40 piece set where you make your own Squirtle. How do you break that down? To make it look like on one end look like Lego, but on the other end be like, oh, I know that this thing that I put together is a Squirtle. It's going to have to be kind of an artistic rendering almost of a Squirtle. But those Lego sets are they make me sad. You guys, they make me sad. Yep. So yeah, what did we? We're watching this one now. I think this was the big reveal. Was XY or not? Sorry, ZA, not XY. Is that correct?
Yeah, ZA anchored the last one in a pretty big way. But there's also, and this is something that we'll definitely see, and we haven't even broached the subject on, is Pokemon Champions.
Yes.
Which should be this year. We should get a release date. We should get a significant new trailer. We should get there should be a decent chunk of this should be that game, unless something's gone horribly wrong, which is set to launch on mobile, Switch, and Switch 2 this year.
And Champions, they've said this is being made to be the competitive Pokemon game for the battling. So all of the Pokemon World Championships are gonna be in for this, instead of being in Sword and Shield or Scarlet Violet, are going to be in Pokemon Champions going forward.
Yeah.
So I'm
It's gonna
wondering
be a
if
pretty important like platform for them.
yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Like, do you think this is going to be more of a platform, or this game will have all of the Pokemon, and then when we release a new gen, like Gen 11, you'd have to think, then you're going to have to get a Pokemon Champions 2, or if they're building this for this reason, is it just going to be expandable? Like you buy Champions, and then if you want to play like World Championship stuff and stuff, then you buy the DLC that gives you the new Pokédex every new generation.
Dude, I don't know. It's gonna be a fucking mess though. I think the problem with it is that like so this is made in the vein of some online app. I think it's Pokemon Showdown, which is based off of a older style Pokemon, like very traditional turn-based Pokemon game that has evenly leveled Pokemon where you're just using like skill and it's more like a
Pokemon Stadium.
when you play a game of Pokemon Showdown, it is like playing a game of chess, not a game of like checkers, like or it's like playing a game of chess, not playing a traditional Pokemon battle where depending on what you've been doing independently to train your Pokemon affects them. There's no EV levels, there's no like utilizing like this one. Well, this one's 99, but it's against your level 76. Like it's an even playing field where you're just using the mechanics and the weaknesses and the strengths of different Pokemon. So it's going to have to be a modified version of an older Pokemon format, I think, which is going to knock out connectivity with current Pokemon games, unless you're getting like weird modified versions of the Pokemon that you've caught for use in Champions based off of what you've accomplished in these other games. If that's not the case, the only way to do this is monetization. And that's fucking scary because this is going to mobile, and we've seen what Pokemon is willing to do with monetization with literally every non-mainline Pokemon game that's been on mobile. So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's reason to be weary here.
Yeah. This when I remember when they first announced it, this was like a couple years ago, they said, "Hey, we're working on this Pokemon Champions thing." And I think at that point, at least myself, I was just like, "Oh, it's a new Pokemon Stadium. Cool. It's just like a 3D and it's just battling. Cool." But now over the last, year or two, when they've been kind of talking about how this is going to be the competitive Pokemon, yeah, they're gonna have to explain how that's going to be the case, and whether or not that's just going to be a competitive thing. Because I can definitely see them making it and be like, yeah, this is going to be one of the pillars of Pokemon World Championships is Pokemon Champions. But if they're just like, we're cutting out Scarlet Violet, we're cutting out Gen 10, whatever the fuck that's called. This is it for the video game side of things. And then you've also got, like the trading card games, and I'm assuming there's a trivia type thing, and maybe crocheting. Maybe there's a Lego speed build. I'm not sure.
What was that weird game I bought last year after the Pokemon Presents? I forgot about it. There was like a weird like Pokemon mini game where they were made of yarn and you were like
shit. Yeah.
fucking crocheting them. I bought it the day that it came out. It like shadow dropped. And then I bought it and played it once. And it was bad.
It was a bunch of little mini games, and it was like you can do one of these or two of these per day.
Yeah.
And I downloaded.
Yes.
I didn't pay any money. I downloaded it, played it the first time. It was like, oh, yeah, all right.
Yes, and it was like mini puzzle games and
Pokemon
brain
Friends
every day. Sears has it. Pokemon Friends.
Yes, thank you, thank you. What the fuck happened to that?
I think it's still out there, and I think that's the point that they're making too. Is that Champions could be the one that's free on mobile but costs something on Switch. I think there's a free version of Pokemon Friends on phones, but to gain entry to Pokemon Friends at all, you needed to purchase it on Switch. I think I paid $5 or $10 for that game.
Oh, I think I just downloaded it on mobile and tried it there. Because I remember, now that you bring it up, I remember trying it out and being like, oh, that's a fun little distraction for a few minutes. And
I was like, oh, this could be a thing to... Yeah.
So, Mike's favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Friends, and he's mad that we're talking about it right now. Mike, I'm sorry.
All right. You didn't know.
Yeah.
No, I was also busy digging these bad boys out. My original.
Ooh.
Blue and yellow.
I wish I still had my yellow. I got blue and leaf green are my cartridge based ones. And then I've got the holy grail at this point. I didn't realize until I showed this on stream the other day is that I guess Soul Silver and Heart Gold are still like ridiculously expensive games.
Oh, yeah.
Like $200 cart only.
Yeah.
Insane.
I think the cartridges that I have are Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun. I have that one. And I know exactly where Pokemon the trading card game is for the Game Boy.
Hell yeah.
I have my pedometer that came with Soul Silver.
Hey.
I wish I had that.
I have one of those. And then I think yellow somewhere. Either yellow or red. I found both of them like years back, and I actually gave one to a friend of mine so that he could play it with his kid. And I was like, yeah, go ahead and wipe whatever the fuck is on there, bud. Like, start the journey with your kid, man. Go ahead. So.
Oh yeah. And yeah, fucking just cart only Pokemon Soul Silver is like $150 according to price charting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what else besides, because we'll dive into Gen 10 and what we hope and want for it.
Yeah.
But Pokemon Day, yeah, it always has like those, it's, hey, here's an update for the trading card game. Here's an update for, we'll get an update for Champions. Here's an update for Cafe Mix. That one. And then I think, was it at Pokemon Day like a few years back, is that where they announced a Detective Pikachu? Like that they were working on something?
I don't know. There was another Detective Pikachu game that popped out randomly on Switch like 2 years ago, which definitely came from a Pokemon Presents.
Yeah.
We could see a weird game like that, but we'll also Pokopia is a week away. We'll definitely see like a final trailer for that.
Well, they just had a treehouse today, right?
Yeah, I skipped it. We're too close.
Yeah.
So I don't want like to be spoiled. I was like, it's just gonna be the first 40 minutes of the game, and that's gonna mess up my experience.
I want to play that game, 1. And 2, I hate that game. Because the Ditto looks fucking creepy. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Let me just be a Ditto if I'm going to be a Ditto. Don't make me a weird fucking human Ditto hybrid.
Oh, God.
I think I might have the power here in OBS to show you my Pokopia thumbnail that I've already made. Let me know if this works. Hold.
God, I saw that. Yep.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait. Let me make it bigger on the screen so everybody else can fucking.
Right. Smart.
Everybody else gets to join in this. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't like
no one's
that.
happy about that.
I don't like that. I remember seeing that on your stream the other day. Actually, when you were going over like the things that you were going to be playing the next couple weeks, and I saw that just tucked in the corner. I was like, "This motherfucker!"
Jeez.
God, is that a thumb?
It's basically a thumb, yeah. When you think about it, I'm basically just a thumb with eyebrows. So.
Oh man. My name's JakeTwitchin.
Correct. Yes. Nailed it. My magnum opus, but yeah, I'm sure we see Pokopia there for sure. The only other thing that I have written down here for anything along those lines that we might see, I have one other dream, is the only other like hanging chad we have from like the Pokemon series as far as things that have been like announced but not finalized or not completed is Coliseum and XD both popped up on the announcement video for the Nintendo 64 Nintendo Switch Online Classics Collection with the expansion pass. And neither of those games have dropped, so we could probably see, I don't think they'll shadow drop on top of paid Pokemon games, but I bet they'll maybe date 1 or 2 of those where XD or Coliseum will be available, within the next couple months or this year on Nintendo Switch Online for 64.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's see. So let's say Oh, Flame Fox got the Mike Flame got the Fallout drinks. Finally, was able to try them out.
Hell yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, the Jones
yes.
Cola ones.
Yeah.
I want to try that bad. Yeah, I gotta find that. Where you get that at? Costco?
Yeah, it's Costco. I don't know if they still have them.
I was there recently. I didn't see them.
Yeah.
I got a bad Costco though. Small Costco.
Yeah. I have one left, and it's the one that I don't like, but I'll probably drink it here pretty soon. It's the Sunset Sarsaparilla. Yeah. So let's assume that Leaf Green, Fire Red was supposed to be a shadow drop for Friday. Okay.
Sure.
As opposed to what happened. Do you think we're going to get a shadow drop now that it's been leaked? Or do you think that was going to be it? Do you think they're going to pivot to something? Even just like a Coliseum and XD are now on Nintendo Switch Online, as opposed to maybe we announce some of they're coming later.
The only reason I don't think so is I always feel like you have to be cognizant of what's gonna like cannibalize your paid experience. And what happens with a lot of these fandoms and with a lot of these events is that when you leave them, you might not necessarily want a specific thing as much as you want an experience involving the thing that you like. And what I mean by that is like you're gonna come out of there wanting Pokemon in general, right? And it's whatever's the hypest thing to you or whatever is the path of least resistance to enjoy is what you're going to want out of that. So if they are offering you either a $20 experience or a free experience, I think that takes away from your sales because it's like, well, I want to either play one of the two games that came out for Pokemon today. I should either play Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green, which costs $20, or included with my subscription that I already pay for, Pokemon Coliseum, which is free. Well, I'm just going to play Coliseum because that's free. That doesn't cost me additional money today. They want you to spend that additional money.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I legitimately, I think you were about to say this, or you said this earlier as well, like, that being the announcement for, like, hey, this is coming out today, that being the surprise for me would have been enough. You know?
No.
Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, yeah, we get information on maybe Gen 10, we get information on this and that. I'm just hyped for it. But it being the
crazy.
it kind of leaking is kind of a bummer. So, okay. Everything else that we're going to be talking about tonight. What do we want from Generation 10? What do you think is going to be Gen 10? Region-wise, size-wise, feature-wise? How many new Are we going to add another 100 and then get rid of another 100? What's the Pokédex going to look like?
Jesus.
Are they just, or instead of adding 100, they add 10, and now they've just remade every single one in this game?
It's gonna be another shit show, man. Fuck. I don't know. I think that we are going to get something unimpressive. I feel like I can sit here and go on and on about the things that I want, but I've learned Pokemon has scorned me so many times. I just feel like it's going to be another run-of-the-mill entry in Pokemon, and there'll be cool-looking things happening, no doubt, and new Pokemon will look rad, and the new starters will look rad, and the names will be cool, and I will be extremely interested. But in general, I don't think I'm going to be like, they're revolutionizing Pokemon. At this point, I would be happier if Pokemon took a couple steps back gameplay-wise. Like, I don't need to be out there in my mainline Pokemon game throwing fucking Pokeballs and jumping off cliffs and shit like that. Like, I am cool just running around, hopping and bopping, turn-based battles and not worrying about too much, like an easy breezy Pokemon experience. But I think we're gonna get something that pushes the limits of the Nintendo Switch 2 and involves crazy parkour and flying Lugia around, and I don't know. I see you lighting up that Lugia.
I would love to fly Lugia. That'd be dope. You're saying that like it's a bad thing. That'd be cool as shit.
I'm eating my words already.
Yeah. I think we talked about this when we did an episode about like ZA and stuff, and my thought on that was I don't think that we see any of those like major changes to the system in Gen 10. Like Pokemon ZA had the new battle system where it's like real time as opposed to the turn based. I don't think that's going to come to a generation anytime soon. I think the mainline Pokemon games will always be that turn based. They might speed it up a bit, they might do some other things with it, but at the end of the day, it's going to be that turn based battling. I do like, and I do think that they could incorporate and I don't think Scarlet and Violet had this, where you can just throw Pokeballs at Pokemon out in the wild to catch them.
I think you can.
Because
I don't know.
I know that
No, maybe
you
not.
could like, I think you could attack them and like start battling, but I
Your
don't know if you could.
Pokemon can come out. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I think you're sending your Pokemon at shit.
Yeah, but like in Arceus and in ZA, like you can just sneak up behind something, throw a Pokeball, and catch it. Which
Yeah,
I
correct.
honestly, that was one of my favorite new features that they added in Arceus, and I think that would be,
Yeah,
I
I
think
love
that
that.
would be good enough and not. I don't think that's game breaking to bring into a Generation 10. You know.
No. It's not my preferred thing, but I don't think it's game breaking either, and I'm gonna be okay with it either way.
Now,
I
if they came out
just
and they
don't
said
know.
the battling system is straight up from ZA, okay, fuck yourself with that. No.
Yeah, that sucks. Scarlet and Violet's battle system is mostly when you're in there moment to moment and like fighting a Pokemon. It's pretty traditional, right?
Yeah, no, Scarlet and
Yeah?
Violet is
Okay.
turn-based.
All right.
I-
Yeah, I
I
don't know
think
why.
it's
It's like
more-
Overworld gets me confused.
Yeah, I think it's closer to Arceus, where like Arceus you can throw the Pokeball to try to catch it, but then when you do a battle, it is turn-based.
Yeah, it's so weird to look at like where we went after Arceus with like what Pokemon Scarlet and Violet learned from that game and what ZA learned from that game and how we're going to like evolve further if we look like at the lineage of like Arceus, Scarlet Violet, Gen 10. Do they go further into, because I would have expected Legend ZA to have dug in further with like mobility, because one of the things that's really not explored again in Legends that I was expecting to be like a cornerstone of Arceus is like every time you beat a level you get a new way of like traversing the world that opens it up in cool and unusual ways,
Yeah.
where like you're stomping around like as like a Pokemon, or you're riding a Pokemon around in the water, or eventually you're like flying and gliding around in the whole 9 yards, and there is none of that in Legend ZA. That is all completely neutered. You have a weird pseudo platforming hold your computer and fly around mechanic, but it's like it's a very strange way to
You just
move
have,
around
it's
in
just a
environments.
way to fall slowly.
Yeah,
know?
exactly. It's supremely uninteresting. Whereas it's actually Scarlet and Violet that take the mobility to, well, not to another level, really. It's kind of still a downgrade, but at least you can hop and bop around again and fly and glide and eventually get some freedom there with like your legendary Pokemon and your mount. So I do wonder if we maybe that's one of the big things, is maybe that is what we end up getting into this time around, is like a Pokemon game that has a lot more going on in its overworld and a lot more traversal options as a prediction.
Yeah, I do like I think that Arceus did that extremely well. That being able to actually like ride on the Pokemon, and not just the mount, because we've had mounts before. Oh, have we? Or am I just thinking that we've had like?
We have bicycles.
Yeah, you had bicycles and stuff, but like yeah, the mounts where you can. There's the deer that you can ride, and then there's the fucking Braviary where you can like fly and stuff, and then you've got the the fucking weird.
It's like fucking Sneasel or something like that you can.
Oh yeah,
like,
Sneasel just like climbs up
walk
walls
up-
for some fucking reason. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird.
And then yeah, the one where you can, you're going onto the water, which was I really liked that, and I do think that the way that they brought that into the game, like Scarlet and Violet tried to emulate it by making it so that your Miraidon or whatever you had learned new abilities, throughout the game. Like you could ride it at first, but then you
is
could do other
such a
things.
funny fucking name.
Yeah. But I think Arceus did that the best, with being like, hey, this is a bigger world. We're going to give you ways to actually traverse it in unique ways. and you're going to have, different Pokemon that are helping you, as opposed to just this one can do everything. And we're going to give you this legendary at the beginning of the game that's going to just essentially just that is your thing. That's all you're working on and focusing on. Yeah. So one thought that I had on Gen 10, I don't think they'll do it. I don't think Nintendo or Game Freak have the gravitas to do this. What if... And before I ask this, do you think this is going to be cross-gen? Or do you think this is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know.
Yeah. Because my idea for it was... Yeah, they don't got the Pokeballs. Thank you, Krabby Patty. We always get 2. Scarlet Violet, Sword Shield, Black White, Jack, What if this is... The 2 are cross-gen, where one is a Switch game, and one was built for the Switch 2.
That's really interesting. I think that's an interesting way to do it. It's worth noting, Pokemon has never been cross-generational. Outside of, like, the Game Boy Color-ish stuff with, like...
Yeah.
I think Crystal was only actually playable on Game Boy Color. I don't think you could actually insert that into an original Game Boy, but Gold and Silver you could.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that idea quite a bit.
Obviously, like Scarlet Violet run better on the Switch 2. They've got the Switch 2 upgrades. But if they're bringing Gen 10 and it's... Unless it's a Switch 2 game, what are you going to be like... Well... Because they did... You've got Legends, which is a Switch game that runs better on the Switch 2. Essentially. Because if it runs on the Switch and the Switch 2, it's a Switch game. You don't lose any functionality between the two. You're not losing functionality between those two. You're not losing functionality between Metroid Prime 4 on the Switch or the Switch 2. It just runs and looks maybe a bit better on the Switch 2. But those are Switch games. So in order to actually utilize the Switch 2, you have to think they have to get rid of the Switch version.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why it should be. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, So, Robert, I just want to clarify here. Hi, Kitty. Were you talking about, one being playable on both the Switch and the Switch 2, and then one just exclusively being a Switch 2 game? Essentially,
yeah, because, the Switch game could run on the Switch 2. You know, but, hey, this... And make it very obvious. Hey, this is a Switch game. This is a Switch 2 game. Pokemon Green is a Switch 1 game. Pokemon Red is a Switch 2 game. And you get a very similar story, but then even then you can play with the story where the Switch 1 version had the story is maybe you are I'm thinking of the kind of overarching storylines of Scarlet and Violet, where you had the one professor who was who went to the past to do all this shit, and then you had the one that went to the future. Play with that more, where the Switch 1 version, or the Switch 1 game, maybe, is more of an HD 2D type thing. And it runs fucking flawlessly on there. But then the Switch 2 game utilizes the power of the Switch 2. And you can, they're giving you the Pokemon, there's new Pokemon, there's 100 new Pokemon, whatever. They're in both games. You can trade between the two. Hell, you could probably battle between the two. You can figure that shit out. But if you only have a Switch 1, hey, you have an option to do that. If you have a Switch 2 and you want a Switch 2 game, you have the option to do that as well. And then, if you only have a Switch right now, and in the future you get a Switch 2, now you have another game that you're going to buy day one. It might cost more to actually make them and produce them and everything and develop them, but you're essentially double dipping now.
Yeah. No, and I think conceptually, I think it is a great idea, but I think once accounting and the people who are just no, the people in charge of the money, that is a very creative and cool idea that I would love to see. But man, I think that one was just going to be dead on arrival when they go pitch that, because somebody's just going to be like, "Why the fuck would we develop essentially 2 separate games? Why not just, you know?" That's just from a practical. Like, God damn, that does sound like. Now in my head, I'm picturing 2 things. One,
Tits.
yeah, like the Switch, always and forever.
3 things. 3 things. Okay.
You know, I mean, it's. I mean, it's just kind of always there. It's just kind of background. You know, it's the thing that's going on. It's you know, cis tray. It's all those things. No, I'm picturing like a very modern looking game on the Switch 2, and then the Switch game is not just kind of older and more retro and quaint looking and feeling. Now this is where the dumb idea comes in. They're on the same timeline but apart. So yeah, so you have to go find Professor Doc Brown and go back in time for some reason. I don't know. It's getting to be my bedtime. The creative juices are kind of leaking out of me, so this is what you're getting.
Well, like
the pieces are there. Chat, do something with it.
Like Arceus, serious. Like Scarlet and Violet had future past, but maybe more akin to Arceus, Legends Arceus, where I forget the town, but like that was just one of the towns from, or like one of the regions from one of the older Pokemon games, but it was like 200 years in the past.
Yeah.
You could
I think
do something like that where the Switch 2 or the Switch 1 version is more like is that it's the same area, the same region, but it is in the past and you're kind of starting a story. And the Switch 2 version is in the modern day and you're almost finishing the story. They can both work on their own, but to get the whole story you have to play both, which they don't necessarily always do. It's Scarlet and Violet. It has the different professors, and you have like different things either from the future or from the past, but the story is essentially the same. I think Scarlet and Violet might be the 2 most like different sets in that regard, as opposed to just it's the same thing, but this one has this one's got Psyduck, but this one doesn't.
Yeah.
Are you guys tapped into the leaks here as far as like, not even leaks, but like rumors from months back about what these might be called?
Winds and Waves.
Yeah. Wind and Wave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I'm not positive if they go that route. It depends on what is like the goal. I think it's interesting that this is going to be the longest gap between mainline Pokemon games, which is continually like it was 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, 3 years most recently, and now we're at 4 years since the last one. So there's been time to work on this. And
if there's any studio that has had Switch 2 dev kits this entire time, it's fucking Game Freak.
Yeah, but it's always interesting where like Pokemon is such a massive franchise. It's going to be one of the best-selling games of the year, 100%, no matter how it comes out and what platform it comes out for. However, by putting it out only on Nintendo Switch 2, it severely limits the amount of copies that you can sell. There's only so many. There's only so many Nintendo Switch 2s out there in the world, and there are so fucking many Nintendo Switches out there. So, that being the case, you could look at it from a perspective of like, okay, well, Nintendo wants to move Switch 2s. You want the new Pokemon? Go buy the new console. I don't think that's where. I don't think we get that out of the Pokemon franchise, because Pokemon has different interests at play. It's not just Nintendo. It's also Creatures Inc. It's also Game Freak. It's these different entities that all want to make money. They don't care about how many Switch 2s are sold as much as they care about how many copies of Pokemon are sold. Only Nintendo cares about how many Switch 2s are sold.
Yeah, like the Pokemon Company is not beholden to Nintendo. Like, they are going to do what's in the best interest of the Pokemon Company, and that would be it's available on Switch, and it's going to look and run better on the Switch too. That's kind of what I was getting at with the idea of like just a straight up Switch 2 one, and then one that can be played on either console is such a cool idea. But much like many cool creative ideas, the line must go up, and somebody's going to be like, well, this isn't going to make the line go up that much. So,
I mean, I don't think I feel like they'll be doing a disservice to themselves and to the fans if they don't make this a Switch 2 exclusive and actually build upon that hardware and that the more options that it gives them. Because once again, if this is a Switch game,
love doing disservices to themselves and to their fans. Like they're like obsessed with it.
Shit. Okay.
It sucks because in a perfect world, I'm with you 100%. Where like, God, I would love it to come out and harness the power of the Switch 2 of the next gen console and be exclusive to Switch 2 and be of a graphic fidelity that we're not expecting. Have it be something that is on par with like Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Beast of Reincarnation, another game-free game,
dude. Yes, if we could possibly. Oh my God, the dream. Like, why doesn't it look like Final Fantasy? Is like the equation that people often like bring into.
I mean, it does look like Final Fantasy 9. You know, it's
exactly. But in reality, what we're gonna get is Pokemon Wind and Wave or Pokemon Wind and Wave Nintendo Switch 2 edition, because that is what Nintendo is obsessed with right now. Like, there's if you look at the last like releases, like the only like true Nintendo Switch 2 exclusives are like Donkey Kong Bonanza, Kirby Air Riders, and Mario Kart World. Everything else that's been really big, Pokemon Legends ZA, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, are coming out for both.
So I said a ban thing in chat.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
I was busy looking up sales figures for the Switch and the Switch 2. And
I think they've sold more Switches, but
yes, they have. Do you want to guess how many more Switches there are out there in the world than there are Switch 2s?
At least 100 million.
I'm gonna guess. I want to say there's like 170 million-ish Nintendo Switches in the world, and like 15 million Switch 2s.
There are, this is from Nintendo, from their financial data as of December 31st, 2025. The Switch 2 has had. Yeah, but I mean, this is the most up-to-date information I've got. So. Sorry, I'm not on the Nintendo investor calls. I've been on those, and I really, really don't want to have those feelings of suicide again. So, as of December 31st, 2025, there are 17.37 million Switch 2s out there globally, and 37.93 million units of software have been sold for the Switch 2. Those are some very, very good numbers. Goddamn, puts the Wii U to shame as far as hardware goes.
Pretty sure the Virtual Boy put the Wii U to shame on fucking hardware.
Jesus. It's a toss-up.
Who didn't love getting those headaches from the Virtual Boy? Come on.
People always talk about the headaches. They never talk about the neck pain. You had to like scoot your fucking head down. Sucked.
Yeah.
See, I got the headaches before I got the neck pain.
One led to the other. The hours and hours of fun that you had in fucking Wario Land, you cowards. Okay?
Listen.
I love Wario Land.
How do you think I got the headaches? All right? Nothing but me and Wario out there having fun.
Fair. Okay.
Yep. The Switch, again, as of
December 2025.
Months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, a couple months ago. 155.37 million Switches are out there in the world. And this is the number that it took me a second to wrap my head around. Software sales. 1.5 billion. Yeah.
Is it like fucking 10 games per Switch?
Yeah.
I'm not good at math. Is that right? Is that correct? Is that close?
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
Okay.
So, just for some other things, they've got some of their classic consoles here. Like, if you are curious, the Nintendo 64 is something that took the world by storm. 32.93 million units sold, 224.97 million units of software sold. Like, the
Crazy.
Switch, the Switch is a monster, and my God in heaven, God help us all, if the Switch 2 takes after
I don't think
its older brother.
it's going. I think the Switch will overtake the PlayStation 2 if it hasn't already, and if Sony, doesn't stop revising those numbers, being like, oh no, we just found out that we sold another 10
Yeah,
million.
we found another 5.
right.
Yeah. Oh, we just got.
Yeah, it will within.
Just got
next
word from
year.
Bolivia. Every single person there bought one. Every single person bought one. Welcome in Blaster Goblin and Spotlight Games for the raids. Hey. Yeah, we're talking about Pokemon Day 2026 with the homie JakeTwitchin. We're talking about our hopes and our dreams for Pokemon Gen 10. My idea, my pie in the sky would never happen, is that the two versions of Pokemon Gen 10 are separated by generation. One is a Switch 1 game, one is exclusively a Switch 2 game. And they'll work together. You can trade things back and forth, you can even battle back and forth, but one will utilize the power of the Switch 2, and one will be available for everybody else. Jake told me that it was a dumb idea, and that I was an idiot.
I said that.
And he said something along the lines of, you should die in a fire, something like that. You should play in traffic. I didn't get. I was crying. Yeah, I was crying a bit. It got a little.
Right. It got a little weird. Wow.
I know. I was confused too. I was like, I don't think you're allowed to say those words. Gen 10. How many new Pokemon are we getting?
Oh, that's such a good question. 150? Right? 150. I think they should do... Have they done that since they did it with Black and White, where they said, here you go. You're in a brand new world, and there's nothing but new Pokemon here. For starters.
Was
like for the beginning of the game.
I think that was... Well, since Black and White, I don't know. No.
I don't think they have.
Because what was it? It was Gold and Silver even. Oh, maybe if not Gold and Silver, then it was Ruby and Sapphire were supposed to be brand new games. Or like a completely different game, so they had a completely different Pokédex. And then kind of almost at the last minute, they're like, we've got something here. We can't just erase everything else. Let's build upon it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's a way that you could get past this. I'm trying to find just something to put on the screen here. To kind of get past this, this cross-generational thing. Like maybe one of them is just the first part of the game. Let's go with that. Like the first bit of the game as you go through, like maybe the gyms and stuff like that, is just a new world with all new Pokemon. Maybe you've got like a couple of the older ones, but like I'm like 10, 15 older ones, but everything else is just this 150 or so that we have here. And then the Switch 2 version of the games, they add, like you have access to this new stuff. Maybe it's a downloadable content that's only a Switch 2 thing.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh god, I'm thinking about this. So you have the one game. You've got Winds and Waves. It is almost completely disconnected from the rest of the Pokemon universe. You've got 150 monsters here. You've got a storyline, so they don't have to make 1,000 fucking monsters. They don't have to build all this stuff in. It is just a solitary experience. So they have more room to, make it so that grass doesn't pop in when you're a foot and a half away. And then there's DLC that comes out that's Switch 2 exclusive that is like, hey, you're already fucking mad, so we're going to piss you off a little bit more, but you're going to be happy. This is the second half of the game. You've got all the gym badges and everything. You did that part, but now, if you have a Switch 2, let's go to Kanto. Let's go to Johto. Let's give you a next-gen version of one of these original areas and bring in all of the older Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And now that is your Switch 2 version. Is the base game is the same, but now you actually have a reason to, if not buy it again on the Switch 2, if you get one, like at least if I've got a Switch right now and I buy it and I play through the game and it's like, cool, this is a full experience, I'm fine with that. And then later on down the line I get a Switch 2, okay, I've got my game and I've got the save. Now I'll give you another $25 for 20 hours of like the rest of the story. And I feel ripped off because I'm spending more money on something. It's not the best thing, but I'm just going to put this on to have fucking movement.
Okay.
So the way that you can kind of really monetize people that are sell the Switch 2 console is by giving people a reason to buy the Switch 2 for Pokemon, because Pokemon is a console seller. Let's not that is one of the I think Pokemon, I think a new Mario game, a new Zelda game, as shit as the Zelda series is, and I think we can all agree on that. People for some reason buy consoles for it. Jake he seems confused. I don't know why. It's a shit series, isn't it? Don't we all agree? Just one of the worst game series of all time, Zelda? Legend of Zelda? The Legend of Zelda.
Got a couple entries in my top 20. The original Legend of Zelda is
just the whole thing.
No, the Legend of Zelda series.
I'm not talking about Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda Williams. She's great. I'm talking about the video games, the Zelda, Legend of Zelda series. It's shit, right?
Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, regarded as some of like the best games of all time, right?
Right? No, they're awful. People hate them, right?
No.
Oh,
I think other people hate them, but I don't think that is a universally held opinion.
Okay, fine, whatever. I guess everyone's wrong. But Pokemon is at that level. It's Pokemon, Mario, Zelda, Madden Football, FIFA. Those are it. Those are the four. The only four console sellers. So Nintendo can very easily push this idea of either it's cross-generational, one works for both, one only works for the Switch 2, or here's the game, it runs better, obviously, on the Switch 2, but they can't really do anything, I don't think at launch at least, to be like, if you get the Switch 2 version, you're going to have all this extra shit, But give it 6 months. Hey, we've got DLC. Yeah, let's go to Johto. Let's go to Kanto. What would be I think they'd have to rebuild everything, I think, if they went back to any old world or region.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's...
You couldn't be like, we're going back to Johto, but it's the one from Let's Go.
Unless you went back to like the Scarlet Paldea or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Paldea region or Sword and Shield. Yeah. Fuck it, both.
I don't think people have very fond memories of anything that is like the world of any of... Well, I guess X and Y just got their nice treatment from...
Yeah. Maybe you go there.
Yeah, I don't...
Maybe you go to the city, Lumio City. But
yeah, it would be crazy.
Like, Sun and Moon also 10 years
I would
old.
much rather have a game that used that as like a hub world, that dense of a city, and then you got to go and check out the outskirts, which is what I thought that game was going to be, Legend ZA.
Yeah.
But instead I was just stuck in that fucking city.
Everything's free in the city. Okay.
Hey, man. Pokemon Aristocats. Yeah,
sorry, I got a message there. All right, last hopes, last thoughts. Jake, what else? Do you have anything else on your list that you want to talk about?
Yeah. Oh, I got something.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Bring back DJ Pikachu, you cowards. Did you guys see DJ Pikachu at the last Pokemon Presents? There was like a 30 or 40 minute pre-show set where instead of like a starting soon, there was a whole DJ Pikachu thing, which was like a 3D animated Pikachu that was DJing to a bunch of other Pikachus, playing like techno remixes of classic Pokemon music. And when I tell you it was so peak, it was so sick. It had no business being as cool as it was. It had like all kinds of weird segments and dope drops. It was actually extremely, extremely good. And I can't fathom that that's a one and done. All of these, I don't know why people don't have more fun with these events and their countdowns, because people love getting there early to a fucking live stream. Like I am sitting there 30 minutes before like a Nintendo Direct or a PlayStation State of Play, rocking back and forth like an animal. And there's never anything interesting. It's like fucking just a 20-minute countdown with some ambient tones. And they decided to go whole hog and give you like a big celebration of Pokemon on their way to it last time. Fantastic. Normalize it. Do it more.
So that was last year?
Yeah, I think it was like the not Pokemon Day one last year. It was like the July event or something like that.
So maybe just like the one that they did, because I'm pretty sure they did like a big one for ZA.
I think it's that one, yeah.
Yeah. Because like I'm thinking if anything deserves something really big and like really unique for it, it is Pokemon Day 30. 30th anniversary. Yeah. You're announcing Gen 10. What are the odds that we don't get a Gen 10 announcement?
Oh. Slim to none.
It's like 95% we're getting one, 5% we don't. If we don't, that's such a historic bag fumble. We're getting one. I'll say I would make a bet if you'd like, but I feel like you can't do a 30th anniversary event on Pokemon Day, 4 years since the last mainline Pokemon game, and not at least announce it. I think they not only announce it, but they have been really fast on turnarounds between announcements and releases of Pokemon games lately. Where like I bet they announce it here in February and it's out in November of this year. I think it's a 2026 game.
Do you think it's a 2026 release?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they get there for the 30th. If not, it's a 5-year development cycle on mainline Pokemon games. The biggest franchise in the world.
I mean, besides FIFA.
Well,
and the WWE games, 2K games.
Biggest entertainment IP in the world.
Besides James Bond and Brooklyn
Right,
Nine-Nine,
of course.
Star Wars. Star Trek.
Right.
Battlestar Galactica.
Harry Potter.
My Little Pony.
Sure.
Ben 10. It's a big one. It's a big one.
Kingdom Hearts, the biggest. Number 2. Second biggest.
Obviously.
There it is. Yep.
Technically, Kingdom Hearts includes all of Final Fantasy and all Disney properties. So when you start combining everything,
you think about it.
When you really think about it,
you guys, I just got something. I posted it in the. Can you guys see the chat in here? In Discord, in the voice channel.
I'm getting a messages failed to load.
Off to a strong start.
Thank you, Discord. Let me know if you can. If not, I can send it directly.
I got nothing.
Hold on.
There it is.
Mike, you saw that?
Yep.
Okay. Jake, I'll send it to you really quick.
Cool.
This just got posted online.
Well, let's see it.
Yeah. So, is it verification of Josh in the files? I hope not. Did you get that, Jake?
I got it, yep.
Okay. It's weird that this happened now.
Perfect timing.
the Winds and Waves reveal trailer leaked for Friday.
Well,
Like-
wow me. Let's see if this pulls me back in after 20 some odd years.
Hold on, let me. Right now, honestly, I have Snowbike. This is not it. This is Pokemon Generation 10. It is Snowbike Mike playing Raymond. No, it's a YouTube link here, like a cell phone recording.
Oh boy.
Can you guys see it and hear this?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I guess the audio is not that great.
Sounds like they're on a plane.
Yeah. Somebody's recording this on their laptop screen. That's a Zelda in the back, right?
Yes.
That's Zelda. That's him. That's Zelda himself.
Yep.
That's Zelda.
The big Z.
The Big Z, that's what they call him, right?
That's what they call him.
Alright, yeah, it looks like we're just going through the generations. Oh, there's
Oh
some...
boy.
You hear the dubstep there? That's 8. Here's 9, I imagine.
Kept you waiting, huh?
It's got voice acting?
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
You guys, it's got voice acting!
It's finally happening.
Gameplay. Oh no, it's not actual gameplay footage. This is just, I think.
Oh no.
I think this is in engine, mostly.
Yup.
We don't need that. Okay.
What?
Pikachu has a knife. Oh
God.
God, what's happening? You guys.
Oh
You guys.
Jesus. He's putting in some work on somebody. What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Terrifying.
You guys.
Wild.
That's crazy.
We finally saw it.
And we.
It's here.
You guys saw it here first. Holy shit. Oh wow. I don't think we can top that. Guys, Jake.
I gotta
Mike?
go lay down.
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
have a cigarette. I think after that. Wow. Yeah. Mike, what are you doing this week? Where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of streaming this week. I am taking Thursday and Friday off. I'm gonna be spending all day Saturday watching the new season of Drive to Survive, mainlining that shit because, oh boy,
What is that?
I love nothing. That Drive to Survive is the Netflix Formula One series.
Okay.
Yep. It's the thing that got half of my office into Formula One, and now they look to me like I know my ass from a hole in the ground. But hey, whatever. Just as long as I'm 1 page ahead of them in the book. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of streaming Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, Sunday, Monday, twitch.tv/nerding4beginners. And then I'm on the wider internet at nerding4beginners on pretty much everything except Blue Sky. It is NFB. It is NFB official dot whatever the hell it is.
Every time I see that you post something on Blue Sky, I'm like, oh, I should go in there and change that. And then I'm like, no, he's actually on it right now, so that would fuck him up.
Yeah. Yeah, so then we just wait another month for my post.
Yeah.
And then here we go. I'm not really great at social media after having that be my fucking job. It really takes the life out of you, even more so. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming. I will definitely be playing some Diablo 2 Resurrected, more of the Warlock, more Marduk the Warlock, having fun out there, trying to figure out how to get more Goatmen than just the current one. So I need my herd of Goatmen. So I've been watching a lot of Armored Core 6 stuff, so I might fire that one back up. Might start a new playthrough, who knows? We'll probably finish Cyberpunk on stream because I'm just kind of at the point where I'm dicking around before getting into like the end game. So Yeah. So
Jake, have you played Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, I played. Well, I got like all the way into Act 3, and then I didn't want it to end, and I was like, I'll wait for the DLC, and then I never played the DLC.
It's fair enough.
Oh, the
So,
DLC's good.
mostly
Yeah, DLC's
Good
great.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
one day. I like it.
Hell yeah. But yeah, there's all of that, and then yeah, I have designs to get a proper wheel and pedal setup to do some more digital driving, since I'm not sure when I'm going to have a fun project car, nor will I be able to assemble that, turn that into an actual fun driving car. So,
Yeah.
you know, if you want to help me out, get myself a Moza R3 wheel and pedal set, just go ahead and find me on Twitch. Subscribe. I desperately need it. I'm back to 0, so
Once I get
6-month
a
break,
job,
I'll do that.
Yeah, once I get a job, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get all my subs back up,
Hell yeah.
all
Hell
my
yeah.
all my recurring ones.
Yep. And well, hey, since you're not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. So feel free to swing on by, Chief.
I'm playing
Do some
Yakuza.
dumb-
I have 2 more to play.
There you go.
Nice.
Like, I finished Yakuza 4 in like 17 hours because I just mainlined it. Now I'm on Yakuza 5, and I'm on part 2 of like 5. I'm about 18 hours in. So
All right. So,
I'm enjoying this one a lot more than 4.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
Jake Twitchin. Where can people find you? What do you got going on this week? Are you guys doing a stream on Friday? Are you guys doing like a live react?
You ready for the plugs? Yeah.
Yeah.
The week is tomorrow night. Drop in, drop out Spotlight Games Under the Umbrella, which I will be on. Thursday, we are not doing the podcast like we usually do. Instead, podcast Friday, so that we can talk about Pokemon Day. However, Thursday night, we're not leaving you high and dry. Drop in, drop out, and myself will be doing marathon streams for the, not like streaming on a marathon, but we're streaming the game Marathon because it has the server slam on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So we're going to be checking out Marathon on our separate channels there at Drop In, Drop Out Pod on all platforms. I'm JakeTwitchin on all platforms. Just go to amazingstreamer.com or dropindropoutpod.com, depending on if you're looking for me
URL,
or if
dude.
you're looking for the podcast. Yeah, amazingstreamer.com makes all of this really easy. When people are like, where can they find you? I'm like, oh, just go to amazingstreamer.com.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than remembering Jake Twitchin.
Yeah.
And then,
Other
yes,
than
Friday
explaining
morning.
that Storymoders isn't
there
a
will,
fucking car thing.
listen, I'm telling you, it's a fucking.
It can be. It can be.
Try double check.
Yeah.
Is amazing. is amazingstreamer.com available? No, but is something amazing still out there for you? You just got to
Amazing
figure out what it
Streamer
is.
2.
Perfect. Yes.
More amazing streamer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think Friday morning I am doing a reaction on Jake Twitchin, and Drop In Drop Out is doing one as well. So plenty to enjoy.
Why aren't you just doing
Yeah.
it on the same channel, Jake?
Is doing reactions with like multiple people that are not
Yeah.
in the same room is
Fair.
kind
It's
of a
hard.
shitty
Fair.
experience.
That's
Yeah.
fair. That is
Kind of a
fair.
shitty
That's fair.
experience sometimes.
Yeah.
So separating reaction content specifically, what we kind of subscribe to is even like, so drop in. This is too far inside baseball, but drop in, drop out is like an umbrella of many things, including my streams and JK Games podcast, Spotlight Games podcast, the Drop In Drop Out podcast.
Yeah,
Is
plotting
like
the
if
clips, right?
if I want to react and 2 people want to react as well, it would be better if like there was a drop in, drop out reaction, a Jake Twitchin reaction, and a Spotlight Games reaction. Like 3 people reacting, and then we all come together at the end and talk about our reactions and share our thoughts and have the podcast about
There's
it.
a
instead of talking
reaction, and
over
then
it
there's the
going through.
recap review.
Action and reaction. There's a reaction, reaction to our reaction.
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 Which now just sounds like a Rihanna album.
Kingdom Hearts reaction.
Reaction. 0.76
Yes.
in Virginia. Awesome, man. Thank you for joining us. Let me know if you guys
for
ever
having me.
you want me to be on Drop In Drop Out. I would be honored. I remember when you guys launched,
Yes.
and it was like, hey, shoot us an email if you ever want to be a part of it, and I did, and I never got a reply. So, just kind of
We
throwing that
fucked
out
up
there.
so bad.
Just throwing that out
We
there.
fucked up so bad on that. If you actually go back and look, it's my dumbass that says that on the reveal video on Kind of Funny Games Daily. And then we like proceed to not have a guest for like the first 10 months of our podcast. Like, believe me, it's not you. If you look at our track record, it's fucked. Like,
No, I'm
so
just giving you
we're
got
really
fucking
trying-
7 goddamn people. It makes sense.
That's the problem. Is like we're trying to like cut people at this point. It's like we are like, who wants to podcast? And 5 of us say yes. It's like, okay, well, we got spots for 3. Like, so, but yes, 2026 is the year of collabs and guests, and who knows. So I'm sure you'll see a little bit of me and a little bit of you guys all over the place.
Awesome. Well, we will see you guys next week, where we probably are going to break down this Pokemon Day a bit, and then potentially, I don't want to say it because it was supposed to happen on Jake. Like I said, it was last minute. We had something lined up for today. We did, and then 3 days ago, our guest was like, "Oh wait, I can't on Tuesday." So then I was like, "Oh yeah, there's Pokemon Day. I know that Jake is a Pokemon fucker, a lover."
Yeah,
no,
I
that's
do.
the worst. That's worse. Fan.
You ever seen Gardevoir, Lopunny, Vaporeon?
Ooh-wee. And then then we watched your fucking Spyro stream yesterday, talking about all the most fuckable dragons in the Spyro series.
There's more fuckable dragons in the Spyro series than there are not fuckable dragons in the Spyro series.
You're not wrong. Yeah, so maybe we might reschedule that for next week. We'll see. Our guest if they're available. But beyond that, you guys. I got nothing.
All right.
Bye.